Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Today I'm going to show you how to make a render of your character in Blender. So you've seen if you're in my Discord, you've seen lots of things I make. I'm going to show you how to do that, but simple because, yeah. So to get started, you're going to go into your toolbox. You can get there from View, Toolbox, right there. And you're going to hit this button right here, and then you hit Plugins. And then you start looking for Load Character. This one's free. I have the paid version just because I do it quite a lot. But you can get the free version and you're probably good. So what you're then gonna do is you're gonna go click this plugins button. You're gonna hit load character. You see this little screen pop up. You're gonna take the box spawn at origin, and you're gonna type in your name. So my name is Trilinisty. Your Roblox name at least. And you're gonna hit spawn R6. And then you have this little critter right here. You're gonna check if all your hats are on right, and you're gonna just right click your model right here, this one, and export selection. Then you're gonna want to go into your videos folder. You're gonna want to create a new folder called rig or render or whatever, and you're gonna open it. And you're gonna make another folder called character. This is a folder specifically for your character. You're gonna name it. You're gonna name your file name. You just enter 1. And you can enter whatever you want. Now you're going to click this little arrow. You're going to remove everything but the hats. So for humanoid, this may look a little bit weird, but you're going to remove everything but the hats. You're going to right click it again. You're going to go back to render. You're going to make a new folder called hats. And you're going to just make a file. You can name this whatever you want to. You can name it dab. I'm going to just name it 1 because I don't like doing that. So now you just click save changes no, because you do not need to save changes. Then there's this folder right here. This one is linked in the description for you guys to use. This is from a different creator. I just use it. Now this is not the rig I use normally, but it's just a nice rig. Made by Dark Games 9. I don't know. You can enter this like damn. Yeah, that thing will be linked in the description. The HDR won't be linked because it's a really big file. We don't need it. We're going to use a custom HDR. So what you're now going to do, you see this little thing right here, you're going to click this little folder. And it'll give you options to open an image. Now you're going to just go into your file system, you're going to look up your render. There's a render folder right here. And you go character. And I have 2 files, you just have to guess really which one it is. I guessed right. But if you don't have the right one, you just click the other one. And it'll probably look right when you see your little face pop up right there. If you want to, you can tinker around with bitmap settings. It basically makes depth where there's no depth. You can see. You can make it look really scary and shit, but we're gonna just put this to like 1 will do. This one to 0.4. And your character looks kind of bold right now, which is logical. So you're gonna right click. So you're not right click, you're going to click file, click import, click wavefront OBJ. You're going to go to character, you're going to click this little arrow, you're going to go to your hats folder. You're going to hit 1. And the hat should just drop onto your avatar if you did everything right. If they do not, and you didn't spawn it at origin, which means you screwed up, you have to do it again. So now it's stuck on your head. You can just hit this and you hit shift on your head. And you're going to do Ctrl P and you're going to click set parent to object. Now you can freely turn around your head and your hats will move with it. And if you see these little things, you're going to hit object mode and you're going to change it to pose mode. You can now click these things and you can move them around, you see. And what's really cool is you can bend the limbs of your avatar. So let's say we want him to wave at us. You're going to just turn it around like that. Yeah, that's a little problem with some rigs. You have to turn the arm first because there's a limitation in the skeleton for this thing. So now you can turn the arm like that. And if you want to, you can move the arm a little bit in so it looks a little bit more natural, but he is now waving at us. You can also just click the leg, you're going to just move it like that and it'll bend accordingly. So let's say we want him to have like some sort of walking animation. There. And you're wondering, this looks really cool, but how does it look when I render it? Well, you see this. and you see this. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna just click this. You're gonna click Render Engine Eevee, and you're now in the Eevee engine. This is a way simpler engine for most PCs to run. It's less heavy, basically, and yeah, it's way easier for lower end PCs to run. Now you're gonna hit this little world button. You're gonna hit this little dot, and you're gonna click Texture and Environment Texture, and you see everything turns pink, but that's normal. Then you're gonna hit Open, and you're gonna go into your downloads. The link to this download will be in the description to Vatican Road 4K.hdr. You're gonna just open the image, and if everything works right, you can see we are now in Vatican Road. This is just scenery. We're not going to actually use this scenery. We're going to go here. We're going to click Film. We're going to click Transparent. And now you see various lighting, but you don't see like the Vatican Road. You can if you really want it, you can just do that. There's like a whole drawing right there. I just noticed. And now we're going to just hit this arrow. We're going to click Ambient Occlusion, and we're going to change the distance to like 20 meters. You can see there's like a little bit nicer shadows on your character, and let me check if this works, but you should be able to like right click your avatar, like shade smooth. It's just to help in the final render. And you're gonna hit screen space reflections because those reflections look a little nicer. They basically base their reflections off of what's there. You're gonna hit bloom. And you're gonna go into shadows, and you can change this to really strong if you want really nice sharp shadows. You're gonna change the bit depth to shadows, and you see we have already quite nice render. This will become less blocky when you actually render. You're gonna indirect lighting, big indirect lighting, just so it looks a little nicer, of course. You're gonna change this to 128 if you have a fast enough PC to do that. And now you're gonna just look through the settings. You can basically try to figure out what all these dials do. Like, let's say you click the hats, you're gonna click, let's say, let me grab the fedora real quick. Where is it? Oh, yeah, there it is, fedora. And you can make it like, let's say you want it really metallic looking. This is how it looks like metal. You see, it like reflects off of the band. You can do a lot of things like that, which is really cool. But I'm gonna just make it a little specular, not metallic, and we're gonna turn up the roughness a bit. Make it less specular. There. You can see it looks all nice, and now we're gonna actually render it. So you're gonna hit Ctrl Alt 0. Oh no, you're not. Never mind. You're gonna hit Add Camera. It'll make a camera. You're gonna hit 0 and Shift, and like the little semicolon. I'll show the screen where on the keyboard that should be if you're in Europe at least. You're gonna position it in a way that you can the frame fits your avatar. You're gonna go into this button right here. You're gonna change it to 1080 by 1080, and you're gonna try to fit it again so it fits as nicely as possible. So like that. You can see it fits very nicely into the frame. And what you now want to do is you want to hit F12, and it should start rendering. You should see the Blender render screen, and there's your avatar. Nice and smooth, nice reflections, everything. So yeah, this is how you do it. If you want more in-depth tutorials, please leave a comment about how and what you would want. But you can see it's really nicely bent, no artifacting or anything. And you're gonna just hit image, save as. You're gonna go into your folder, your character folder. You're gonna just go up again. You're gonna just save it as export. And that's basically all you need to do. I hope you liked the video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, consider turning on notifications. Yeah, as I said, leave a comment about what you want to see next. Thank you. See ya.